Good morning and good afternoon, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest champagne. Back with another live stream. Today we're talking about this altcoin famine, the Bitcoin domination worldwide. As Bitcoin's domination does increase, it seems not daily, but just about. It's touching almost 70% now of all the market. I want to talk about if any altcoins will survive this famine that Bitcoin is leaving behind. Basically, it's taking up all the food worldwide. Shout out to all the boomers worldwide. Make sure you're touching the buttons for me, the like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Stay tuned in to the good ones that we spread here daily. Shout out to all the boomers. I wonder if anybody's getting their post notifications. The other day, somebody told me they got their post notification bell. These algos, boomers, they're playing games with us. You hit the bell, you expect to get your notification. It's like 1 out of every 5,000, 2 out of every 5,000 maybe get it. But that's just what we got to deal with out here. Nevertheless, we're in the green with the stream health. We'll be talking about the Bitcoin domination. Hopefully, you guys have figured it out. Everything follows in the wake of Bitcoin. All the altcoins, some of them may move faster than Bitcoin, but not for long, if you ask me. I've been saying 50% of the bag should be in Bitcoin. I've upped it to about 70, 80% following this domination of the market. Now, the same token, there may be opportunities for certain altcoins right now. When things are down, when the famine's out there, where they're starving altcoins, maybe your unicorn's out there somewhere, okay? I'm not chasing down any unicorns, but I do recognize that, you know, if you find the right one, there could be a boomer. But, you know, there's 2,000 to sift through, and our math here is indicating that the majority of these coins will not survive this Bitcoin tsunami is what we're seeing. I expect Bitcoin to hit all-time highs next year as we approach the halving or sometime thereafter, somewhere around May, plus or minus 2-3 months. I would expect $1 trillion market cap on all of the cryptos worldwide, which would put Bitcoin somewhere around 30K, maybe even more, 35. We've seen all kinds of crazy price predictions, 100K, 500,000, millions of dollars. And I don't know if I believe them. I'll be honest with you guys. You know, I can see things going up, but you know, I want to see all-time highs first obliterated. I want to see us between that $20,000 and $30,000 pocket for some time before we even start talking about 100,000. Guys, make sure you're touching the buttons. Drop a comment here in the population of the chat box. Yesterday we had some software issues, being that OBS tried to run an update, or was it the OBS or the Stream Deck? One of these softwares tried to run an update with me, and they ended up affecting my microphone settings. I'm not sure if you guys are hearing me correctly. In my end, I do see the feed in green, and I see all the indicators showing me that the audio is working. So drop a comment. Let me know if you read me out there, because I'm not seeing any chats come in, although there's people in the population of the chat box. I may have to reset this thing. But everything on my end seems to be good. I assume that we're booming. All A-OK out there. Give me a Roger that 10-4 boomers worldwide if you could read me out there. Let's go ahead and turn off these coins and share with you my screen. Kaboom, hearing you. All right, CryptoZilla. Yeah, yesterday I had some software issues, and I had to restart and whatnot. But we should be on and popping now with the feed, and everything should be in the green. 2, 3, 4, 5 thumbs up. You guys know the deal. Shout out to CryptoZilla, our sniper out of Tokyo. Range gun for you. You can see here the charts for Bitcoin currently at 10,729. Let's check out CoinMarketCap. Let me hit refresh here. CoinMarketCap currently at 277 billion. I mean, still slim. We've seen this thing go over 500 billion at one point during the height of that run. So I would, I'm still looking for, somewhere about 3x from where we're at now, a little bit more, between 3 and 4x within the year. So that could put, like I said, Bitcoin over 30,000. Currently at $10,729. It looks like it touched 11,000 this morning, but it did experience some resistance up there. Now it's at 10.7. Ether at 197, looking slim. This is a famine on the altcoins, guy. Look at this red blood on the streets. We got a bunch of altcoins being killed in actions. Others are malnourished, and it's a downright famine for every single altcoin. Guys, is there an altcoin here that I should be really focused on, or should I just go 100% Bitcoin like some of our boomers out there? Shout out to Ronald out there in Miami. Shout out to Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. Shout out to Patrick. I see you booming indeed. Guys, touch and caress all the buttons. I assume that the mic is on and popping and sounding crispy, like CryptoZilla says that he is hearing me. Indeed. We got Litecoin at $74, falling behind Bitcoin Cash at $316. I was checking out the Litecoin charts. You know I'm stuck with a Litecoin bag, and I made the decision to DCA out of it. I was expecting it to touch 200 at some point, but the halving already occurred. And we saw the price increase to $150 from an all-time low this year of $20 with altcoins, with Litecoin. And that was, I'm assuming, all for the pump. I mean, that was it. It did increase in value before the halving, but not as much as we expected. And since then, I've been stuck holding this bag ever since an all-time high, even when Charlie Lee dumped on this. I'll say this is kind of my... If you guys have been following the champ, this has been like my mistake, holding too much Litecoin. And I'm happy that I haven't exceeded my crypto portfolio. I still remain 50% plus in Bitcoin. So, I mean, I'm not feeling the pain that bad, but, seeing that it has lost a lot of value against Bitcoin, I'm feeling like I could have been feeling a lot better not holding it. You got Binance there at $28. We talked about Binance Venus project yesterday, a project that will allow municipalities and other outfits to create their own stable coins pegged to their local currency, which I find pretty interesting. I'm not a fan of crypto stable coins. I think that they're counterfeit crypto, and this is a centralized entity that will be providing this service. But like I said yesterday, it seems like Binance as a centralized entity has behaved well, but you do have to recognize there is little decentralization, in my opinion, when it comes to Binance. So it's more like investing in a company instead of investing in decentralized crypto as Bitcoin is and as Monero is. So, something to consider. EOS also slipping down in the ranking, $3.66. The 366 is striking me in a negative chord right now. I'm holding EOS bags as well. I've seen this losing weight. And again, I'm just asking, is there any coin worth holding in our crypto community portfolio that we've been managing? We stayed with Binance and Monero, and we dumped every single other coin. We had Cardano, we had Maker, we had some other ones, but we came to the realization that you're better off just holding Bitcoin. Even with some of these baby alts that some of you guys may be swing trading, you chase this, you chase that. I'm wondering if it's just better just to hold the bits, and it seems so. I'm not a day trader. I'm not much of a swing trader, so my recipe of holding 50% more, 50% plus of the crypto bag in Bitcoin has proven to be fruitful. You got Satoshi Vision. I'm not talking about Monero at $86. This one is about the only altcoin I can see right now that could compete. Monero has all the qualities of a true crypto, and if Bitcoin ever becomes compromised, I see Monero as the sound alternative, one that's been around for a while, and it has market confidence in the coin. As far as privacy, at least, now the market cap is only 1.4 billion compared to 191 billion in Bitcoin. And although there could be reasons why Monero could be superior to Bitcoin in the video that I have linked down below, you guys may want to check out, I'm going to stick with holding the majority in Bitcoin at this moment. But let's not be too much fanboys with Bitcoin, and always know that always be on our P's and Q's and have an alternative. And I think the sound alternative, if things go negative with Bitcoin, is Monero. Although I don't think so. Right now, Bitcoin so far is looking good. Monero at $86, Stellar at $7, Leo at $130, Cardano at $4, Tron slipping in the rankings. I told you guys, once Tron left the top 10, I told you I never thought it would be in top 10 again, and it seems like that is becoming truer and truer each day that passes. Dash at $95, Chainlink at $240. As the rest of the boomers tune in, Litecoin is nice to have when you need to move some crypto quick, when Bitcoin is never ever when Bitcoin is ever backlogged. That's true, and that's the one way I use Litecoin to move value faster than Bitcoin. You can move in and out of exchanges, and the fees are less, especially when we saw this in 2017. There was a point there, and in order to send $100 worth of Bitcoin, the fees were almost like $20 at one point. And, that's not sexy. So there's an alternative, and that comes in the form of Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash when it comes to peer-to-peer electronic cash that has lower fees and that moves a little faster. Okay. But, you know, I'm still looking at Monero as well. Shout out to Ronald. Shout out to Tony Starks, Patrick, CryptoZilla, the rest of the pumpers worldwide as Bitcoin continues to hold ground over 10K. Shout out to everybody out there, the non-believers that are still waiting for this thing to dip, dive, and slide. Below 9, below 5. I still think there's a few out there that think it's going to go back to 3. There's some doomers, some no-coiners that still think that's going to go, you know, under 3. And I really doubt it, guys. If you haven't figured out the strength of Bitcoin as the fiat, it's here to devour all the fiat currencies. And in my opinion, it's already the world reserve currencies just in over people's heads. They haven't figured it out yet. You can see the charts today topping off at about almost 11 before seeing some resistance and then dipping down. But overall, we pumped this morning from about 10.3 to 10.6. And then we tried to test 11, but we went back down. But this chart is looking healthy. All technical indicators over there on tradingview.com still indicate a buy. You can check that out on tradingview.com/symbol/BTC/BTCUSD. And up there is the URL. But when you click on technicals, you can see some of the oscillators and moving averages. Moving averages are indicating strong buy for Bitcoin. Oscillators are indicating sell. You can see that they have a number of moving averages here that majority of them are indicating buy, with the exception of a simple moving average, which indicates sell. Volume weighted moving average also indicates sell, and simple moving average for the 20-day also indicates sell. Most of the oscillators are indicating neutral, but overall, the consensus here, according to the website, again, you know, I'm not crazy with these indicators because I think there's a lot of emotion that plays into the price of Bitcoin rather than just numbers. But, you know, it's always good to check it out. And, you know, I always take a peek, and it's indicating buy for the 1-day projection. Let's check out the 1-month projection technical analysis. All of the indicators, oscillators, and moving averages indicate buy. So, you know, check this out. I wouldn't call this the Holy Grail or anything, but, you know, it's information that you guys may want to check out. I'm hoping some of the decent alts will get love, but I fear it's going to continue to squeeze out into the BTC doom, into BTC dominance, excuse me. Yeah, you know, the thing is that, you know, I think many people, I didn't share my screen. There's the indicators that I'm talking about on a 1 week and a 1 month, excuse me. Anyhow, you know, it's that with these alts, who's really using them? You know, I think that most people that are getting into crypto are doing it for, you know, speculative purposes and trying to either retain and store their value or speculate and find the next asset that is going to kapump. And I do think that, you know, crypto's the one, but are they actually using it? Okay. You know, that's the thing we need right now. That's why I always encourage my listeners to download the Brave browser and start earning BAT tokens. It's not that BAT is the best token in the world, and I don't expect it to kapump, but we need to increase crypto adoption. We need to get people using cryptocurrencies other than just storing their value in Bitcoin, which is good. It does increase the demand of Bitcoin and perhaps the price. Now that we see backed online now soon, and they need to back up their futures with physically backed Bitcoin, so that may help. But we need more adoption, you know. And I think that the majority of the altcoins are simply not being used, with the exceptions of a few. Like, I know people use ETH. Okay, ETH has a lot of usage. And believe it or not, and I say this all the time, although the price is looking slim, is STEEM. I use STEEM every single day. Although I don't want any, I mean, I do want more STEEM. I'm not going to purchase more because the price keeps going down. You can see here. And I think this is due in part to an inflationary blockchain. You know, I think there's no set circulating supply with STEEM, so I think that's where it's flaw. I expect a hard fork with STEEM where curators now get 50% of the rewards. This may positively impact the STEEM blockchain, but anyhow, going back to the altcoins, there is a famine. You can see the majority of them are in the red. You know, CRO, which is the crypto.com chain, which is one I like. Link is down. Mana, Zen, Stellar, Zcash, Litecoin. You see red. Neo, all of them. You know, why even try to hold an altcoin bag when the recipe here has shown us that Bitcoin continues to gain weight? You know, it's a boring hold sometimes because you're not really going to do much with it. But shout out to those that are DCAing, dollar cost averaging, and getting a little bits here, a little bit there, a little bits, more bits, more bits, more bits, and more booms out there. Shout out to the 12 crypto maniacs watching. Make sure you're caressing the buttons. Button it up. I don't need you guys looking like commies out there. I want you shaved up and buttoned up and tuned into the good crypto word. You could see over here on Cointelegraph.com, Max Kaiser, he says new Bitcoin network hash rate is suggesting price is next. High suggests price is next. So more people are mining Bitcoin than ever. Bitcoin hash rate, which is the measurement of how much computer power is mining and supporting the blockchain, has increased. Topcoin's hash rate has continued to break previous records throughout summer, today hitting a whopping 82.5 terahashes per second. And you can check out the hash rate here. It's going up, up, up. Bitcoin network hash rate 1 year chart. And this is from blockchain.com via the article on Cointelegraph.com that I have linked down below. In a tweet posted earlier this month, Bitcoin investor Max Kaiser, and you know he's a bull when it comes to crypto, reiterated his mantra that price follows hash rate, and hash rate charts continue its 9-year bull market. So it seems more and more computers are mining and supporting the Bitcoin network. So that's a good sign. Hash rate of a crypto, sometimes referred to as hashing or computer power, is the parameter that gives the measure of the number of calculation that a given network can perform each second. A higher hash rate means greater competition among miners to validate new blocks. So there you go. They look ahead here in this article, talk about Bitcoin's halving, but I think all eyes are set on May 2020, and I think those that are in the know already started accumulating more bits and more bits by doing so with fiat, and by doing so by selling off their altcoins, like the champ is considering here with Litecoin, selling Litecoin and getting Bitcoin. So, you know, Bleedheart, how are you guys using crypto down in Venezuela, says CryptoZilla. Punish GT says, what up, boomers and pumpers? Shout out to all my boomers worldwide. GT, Zilla, Bleedheart, Ronald, Tony Stark, and the crypto maniacs out there. Make sure you drop in a comment here for the champion of crypto, the original boomers. Don't act like the champ was in the first one here using the boomer term when it came to crypto. I know other people have talked about, you know, the boomers, you know, those that came out after the World War, but I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the boomers that continue to stack wealth and continue to kaboom, both spiritually, financially, mentally, physically, and realistically. Shout out to GT, Zilla, and all the boomers worldwide. Let's check out some of these charts here. Again, Bitcoin on the 24-hour. Here's Bitcoin on the 5-day. Slight incline northwards. It looks like we're moving at a good pace on the 5-day, seeing a low of 9,600 and a high of almost 11,000. Let's look at the 1 month. So things are looking good, guys. We did have a kapump there till 12.2. We fell. Everybody thought it was doom and gloom here. This is like a head and shoulders pattern for the 1 month, but we're going back up. So, you know, the number to look at here is 12.2. This last run, you know, whatever this number is here, you know, topped off around 12.282, almost 12.3. So in between 12.2 and 12.3 seems to be where the next major resistance is. So if we can crack that, I think that's the next short-term goal, if you ask a boomer as myself. But again, altcoins are in famine. Now, let me know there in the population of the chat box. Am I missing anything? Should I be, you know, looking at a coin? I've got some people have told me check out Matic. It's a baby bear cub coin. It's let me show you guys. And this one is a cryptocurrency that allows for scale, that allows to, the function of scalability on almost any blockchain, including Ether. Matic is up against ETH and USD, down against Bitcoin, but about the same. This one's ranked 108. I've been getting a lot of people talking about this one. You know, it's worth looking into. The chart looks okay, and you can see that it's being sold on Binance, BitRabbit, BitMax. This is one, you know, I can consider. Let me know if I'm missing anything. I've talked about other coins that I've seen shilled out there. Ren, I've seen Quant shilled. I've seen a few other ones, but you know, nothing that really catches my attention more than Bitcoin. What's your feelings on BAC? So many people say because it's physically settled Bitcoin futures contract that there will be less in circulation, which equals to gains in price. Yeah, I do think that increases demand. And if you have an increase in demand and the supply stays the same, because now the supply is fixed. The supply is being dished out at the same rate. New Bitcoins are being minted at the same rate up until May 2020, when those rewards are cut in half. So up until May 2020, the supply chain is about the same. But demand may increase, and that may increase the price. So yeah, that's that logic seems sound, and hopefully, it's true. So yeah, BACT may end up increasing the price, and I think at this point over here, once we somewhere around here, around what is it, the 17th or the 15th, just a few days ago is when we heard that BACT was okayed by New York State as far as regulation, and they're about to open up shop, I believe, September 20th. Ever since we heard about that, the price has been on a steady incline. It hasn't been like a crazy boom, but definitely the action has gone up. So, everything was going down, and somewhere around here we heard about BACT, and now it's going back up. Now, not on a crazy, movement up, but I do assume, though, that BACT and some of these other large outfits have already began to accumulate Bitcoin. They knew that they were going to be okayed, and I think in anticipation for that, they've been accumulating for at least, I would say, 6 months to a year. And you could see here the 6 month. Look at the 6 months chart. So let's not forget, if you were in the game here in May, look in May, it was a $5,000 Bitcoin. So we're here in August, and just 4 months ago. So we've seen a really good run here in the past 4 months. Now that Binance is creating the rival to Libra called Venus, I had to pick up more Neo ontology since they're best friends, says Queens. So, Queens is still dabbling here with altcoins. Let me know, Queens, how aggressive are you going on the altcoins? Are you just playing with like 10% of your bag? Or, how are you doing it in relation to Bitcoin? Because I know you're, Bitcoin first, because you've expressed that before. BACT has so many false starts, which I think is the reason it's not getting a pump, says CryptoZilla. That makes sense. Absolutely. We've been teased a few times with this BACT, and it hasn't came to fruition. Although I think this time it's going to actually launch. But, if it launches next month as planned, they start accumulating, then it comes down to supply and demand. And we all know supply is very limited. Absolutely. Bleedheart says, CryptoZilla in Venezuela, it's stronger than ever. I see the same happening in Argentina. That Argentina's currency dropped like 30% in one day. I'm not up to speed with what's going on in Argentina, but, my understanding is that they reelected a commie. I haven't looked into it. This is, what I've heard through the grapevine, so I may be wrong, but I did hear that the price went down. Crypto is an alternative to sending USD to Venezuela. Absolutely, yeah. Marlon says, forget that ETFs BACT, like the champ says, we don't need it. Yeah, I'm not interested with BACT. You won't catch me, doing business with BACT or doing any Bitcoin futures or short. I don't want anything to do with that. Give me the physical Bitcoins. Notice this, okay? They want to sell you the futures, the paper, but they want to hold the Bitcoin. Okay, so stop thinking retail and start thinking like a businessman. Just like BACT thinks. They want the Bitcoin. They don't really, they want Bitcoin, and they'll sell you pieces of paper. So, we just need the Fed to keep lowering those treasury rates. If they keep lowering the treasury rates, it makes it easier to get fiat to buy Bitcoin. So, yeah, and I think that's going to end up positively impact. It'll hyperinflate the USD and make it easier to get more Bitcoin for many. And we've said this so many times. Bitcoin's here to devour every single fiat worldwide. Bitcoin has no inflation. Well, the steady, we already know where it's going to stop at. The circulating supply is basically fixed. So, there it is, guys. If you haven't figured it out by now, get a Bitcoin, throw it under the pillow, and thank Marlon and the rest of the boomers here in the population of the chat box when it kapumps. Again, we're not anybody's crypto daddy. We may be wrong, but we're calling it how we see it according to our opinions. 300 Neo, 300 Ontology, just leaving it on the Ledger Nanos for the future, says Queen's Races. I'm just holding a third of a Bitcoin, but trying to get more Bitcoin. I want to always hold half a bit. Yeah, try to get to that 1 bit. I know it's harder now at 10.7, but, hopefully the boomers, have been accumulating since at least the beginning of the year when things were under 5. World governments are making all fiats worthless. Absolutely, yeah. Lower rates increase fiat supply until it's worthless. Exactly. Marlon knows the deal. And they just keep printing and printing and printing. And, you know, it's so cheap to acquire money now. It's like the rates keep going lower and lower. So, yeah. And, you know, here is Bitcoin. And it just continues to eat up that fiat supply. I was looking at Voice last night and it looks bad. No bots. Bots are the future. They cut off the workload of many services. Imagine doing things manually. You're talking about Voice, the social media network that's being pushed by EOS. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, but I'm not necessarily. If you are talking about Voice, the social media network that is being proposed there by Larimer and friends via Block One, I'm not interested in KYC social media networks at this moment. CryptoZilla says most of us can't use crypto in daily life, so very interested how it's being used down there. Can you use it in some stores? He's asking Bleed Hard apparently is in Venezuela, and Venezuela, we've heard, is trading in Bitcoin more often lately. Here's the one day. Looking good, boomers. Is there any altcoin that I'm missing here, boomers? It seems like it's red, red, red. And you know I check everything against Bitcoin. I'm not interested in fiat. Yeah, you know, I am interested in fiat, but a lot less than I am in Bitcoin. So, you know, if you offered me 10,000 cash or, you know, or a Bitcoin, I'll take the Bitcoin. So you could see things against Bitcoin in the red. Is there any coin that's up? There's a famine out there. Look at Ether Classic. Can anybody explain to me what's happening out there with Ether Classic? It's up almost 10% against Bitcoin. Redcoin as well. I believe there's an element of social media network here in Redcoin, if I'm not mistaken. Augur's up. We had a little baby bag of Augur at one point. Here's another one I've been seeing moving. Raven Coin and Energy. Energy is one that Marlon told us about for a while. Energy's moving well, so shout out to those that are holding the baggage. And let's see if there's any good steals today. I've been seeing Egretia moving, AVBC. I don't know much about these. And then Chainlink is down. It seems like Chainlink hit its top with this Google News, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Algorand, this is a new one. Electronium. I'm not really, you know, out of all these, maybe Chainlink. But, you know, I think maybe the hype with Chainlink is starting to die down. Let me know, guys. Am I sleeping on any of these altcoins? I mean, you know, should I really consider any of them? I'll be honest with you. You know, at this point, I'm kind of feeling stinky with this Litecoin bag, this EOS bag, and I'm kind of figuring, you know, I'm going to do DCA out and just hold Bitcoin. Honestly, champ, I took too much on profits when it went to 13.5. It messed up. I thought it would fall to 7K, but we can't even go under 9,800, says Queens. So there you go. Even, you know, you're a crypto maniac and you believe in Bitcoin for the long gun. You even thought it was going to go under. So it's stronger than what you thought, Queens, and what I thought. I thought it would drop to like 85. You remember when I was saying that? And, you know, I always said at the beginning of the year, I would expect Bitcoin to close out slightly under 10,000 by the end of the year. And it's already doing better than that. Speaking of KYC, Google Project Pegasus saw this on 60 Minutes Sunday, and it is a surveillance system developed by Israeli governments of the world used to break encryption on cell phones and track your every move. So there you go, you know. I'm not surprised there, Marlon. It seems like, you know, it's MEGA at this point. It's about making Israel great again, apparently. Can't even question Israel nowadays. They call you names. Queen's Races just dropped me 2. Boom. If I want alts now, it would for the long. If I wanted alts now, it would be for the long hold. Yeah, I understand that. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Queen's Races. Let me drop a couple dollars off the ceiling for you. Queens just dropped me $2 here in the super chat. Our most gratuitous member. Guys, don't come to the party empty-handed. At least have $2, $5 on it. Don't come to the party without a bottle. You know the deal. Or, you know, don't come into the cipher and smoke everybody's, you know, greenery. Make sure you add to the bucket. You know, don't come to the potluck without any food. You know the deal. Shout out to Main Event. Kaboom to you. Let me drop a bomb. Where's my bomb? Thank you again, Queen's Races. I appreciate it. If you're a broke boomer, guys, the best you could do, or, you know, the least you could do, is share this on your social media feed and let your friends, your family, and all the animals on your farm know about champagne and the boomers out here. Sesame credit scores in China are used to track how the Chinese people interact with government. They monitor how you cross the street and use that info to do things like ban you from public transport. Yeah. Some Black Mirror stuff. Yeah. Some Black Mirror stuff. So, I think the boomers know. And I think those that have gotten into crypto, they understand that, this could be an alternative to that stuff. But we got to tread lightly with, with the blockchain because it could be used against us too. Like I said, Bitcoin is not completely private either. So, you always got to think of, what could be the alternative to Bitcoin if it becomes compromised, which it could be already for all we know. I mean, it certainly, I hope not. But, that's why I always talk about privacy coins like Monero. And I know Marlon knows the deal. Max Kaiser is saying we will never see alts go all-time high again and that 2017 alt season was an anomaly. I tend to agree with him. Yeah, we talked about Max Kaiser in this article posted on Cointelegraph today. He's talking about the high hash rate. You can see the hash rate for Bitcoin on the 1-year chart here. And he says price follows hash rate and hash rate chart continues its 9-year bull market. So there you go. Looking ahead, things should kaboom. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's true. If the alt season, topped off in 2017, but it's certainly looking like that nowadays. I would say this. I wouldn't want to chase any altcoins. You see how I'm consolidating into Bitcoin right now. I think it's all systems go for this halvening that's going to occur in May. I think it's the name of the game is to get as much bits as you can up in, in anticipation for this halvening that, may drive the price higher. As far as the altcoins, we're seeing some steals, these past week of this famine out there. I think the majority of these altcoins are going to be obliterated and die. Hopefully, you boomers out there could pick some unicorns. And if you get the right one and it comes back around, it may even move faster than Bitcoin. But again, it's like trying to find a unicorn or a needle in the haystack. I don't know, so stay Bitcoin dominant. And if you have a little bit extra to play, then, play with that. Again, we're not anybody's crypto advisors. We're not anybody's crypto daddy. This is just our opinion. Queen says, honestly, the only alts that have a chance to make good gains would be ETH, Litecoin, Binance, Neo, Ontology, Monero, maybe the top 20 that's it. But only time could tell. Yeah, I think even that's already too many to, maybe that's even too many. Maybe you've identified one that's going to survive out of all the ones that you mentioned. But I don't even think all the top 20 coins are going to make it. Marlon says, Max is wrong. Bitcoin is the end for all DLT. It's like saying Apple's the only device producer. I don't know if he's wrong or not, but I certainly am not, chasing down altcoins. I'll be honest with you, Marlon says you won't be able to buy shit in 50x like in 2017, but altcoin season will return. Yeah, but how strong would it be better than 2017? Is it only going to be for a few coins or what? It doesn't seem like we're going to see an altcoin season like maybe, I don't think it's going to be an altcoin season like it was before, with these ICOs on the Ether blockchain and whatnot. I think there will be a time where we'll see some altcoins pump, but do you think it's going to be, a bunch of altcoins like before? I think it's going to be, the good ones, the quality ones, and you're right. Marlon, shitcoins are being obliterated, and that's the job of the free market. Absolutely. Main Event says he's emotionally attached to STEEM, writing it to zero, not financial advice. Yeah, I like STEEM, and it's one that I use. And but I've came to the conclusion that you're better off just holding Bitcoin. And since I already have a little STEEM, I continue to use it, and it produces me a little bit more STEEM, but it's nothing crazy, and that's kind of the strategy for now. I've thought of getting more STEEM, being that it's so low, but every time that I consider it and I check again, and it has dropped again. So the fact that I didn't pick up more recently has been a good strategy, being that the price has gone down. But yeah, I agree with you, Main Event. I'm emotionally attached to it as well. Champ, I listened to the podcast last night. They were saying that circulating supply of Bitcoin will be depleted before the halving. Apparently, it's less than 1 million to buy, says Blockchain Susha. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. In May, the miners are going to get half the Bitcoin that they're getting now. So it's going to be, less supply. So, less supply and the same amount of demand, the price will go up. So the demand doesn't even have to increase. The supply goes down and it should go up if the demand stays the same. Bitcoin's a store of value and everyone can use it. Your average Joe isn't going to be using altcoins like Neo, Cardano, EOS. Not now, but maybe in the future. We don't know. We still haven't seen that killer app on for crypto yet. We haven't seen, all these smart contracts. And here's the thing, the majority of these smart contracts, do they even need to be decentralized? Here's the thing, a lot of people are making games, they're doing these things, but as an alternative, sometimes, a direct database is the solution. And just because it's blockchain and not everything needs to be decentralized is what I'm trying to say, and where's that killer decentralized application? We still haven't seen it yet. Tyler D, 90% Bitcoin dominance would show the world to dump the alt, says Queens. I mean, we're already at 70, A few coins will win big, 1,000 and 25,000x. I think so. I think you're right, Marlon, but which ones? There's 2,500 coins. So to try to pick one or two that's going to hit it big, it's almost like gambling. The dApps on the top platforms that will be used, absolutely. We don't think of this new Satoshi. What do we think of this new Satoshi reveal? LOL. I saw some of the headlines, and but it seemed so ridiculous to me that I didn't even click. Like, I don't think Satoshi wasn't revealed out there, boomers. Okay, Satoshi wasn't revealed. There's no reason for Satoshi to reveal himself now. It'll cause him more problems than anything. Yeah, sign the Satoshi wallet or shut the F up. Yeah, exactly, CryptoZilla. I don't want to hear it. Unless someone signed from the Genesis wallet, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear everybody's making these claims. You got the fake Toshi. And again, it doesn't really interest me anymore. I kind of tune it out. But yeah, I saw the headline. I thought it was ridiculous. Didn't even click on the videos that were covering it because, I just don't believe that Satoshi revealed anything. Whatever CZ is going to do with Venus, let me call it now. I'm 90% sure Neo will have something to do with the party and when they announce that kapump. I got a little baby baggie of Neo still, Queen, so hopefully, Nano says Reggie's going hard to fight the SEC. He just released Veritasium reply to the SEC. It's a 423-page document. Yeah, I see those headlines as well, and they're apparently going at it in the court of law, back and forth, the SEC. But, champ, I don't really cover Bitcoin and crypto law. I leave that to the professionals. I'm here and I continue to find the boomers and the doomers, but usually when you get into these court battles and the regulation, there's a lot of doom around that. There's a lot of doom. And again, I'm not anybody's crypto lawyer or crypto tax consultant or anything like that. So I don't cover Bitcoin law or crypto law, I don't need any of that. Okay. I'm not interested in that. Once it's clearly defined, of course we'll know and we'll keep aware. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm trying to find where the boomers are at. Okay, and boomers are not around the SEC. Okay, that's the when it comes to crypto, I've never seen it. So I completely I turned away from that. Once it gets figured out, then I'll pay attention. But yeah, shout out to Reggie. Hopefully he could do something. And he can win over there because he seems like a good guy. I don't have any Veritasium, and I'm not interested right now at the moment. Didn't your cousin Satoshi say he was going to hide forever? Apparently, what would be the purpose of him revealing himself now? I think he would be under more scrutiny, and it'll make his or their life more difficult. You're going to have to be talking to everybody. Then they may have to, people are going to, if they know you're the creator of Bitcoin, I mean, forget about it. You can narrow these coins, these 2,000 coins down by 90%, just ignoring the ERC20 ones. Yeah, but a lot of those ERC20 ones are the ones that were the cause of the alt season back in 2017. These ICOs were going crazy, and people don't really do ICOs anymore because of the regulation. In steps the SEC, and then they ruined the party for a lot of people. I think the SEC right now is doing more damage to crypto than creating opportunities for crypto here in the United States. They need to get out the way. Someone needs to do a law or something that the SEC has no jurisdiction over cryptocurrency. The SEC Securities Exchange Commission. It doesn't say Cryptocurrencies Exchange Commission. So in my opinion, they may be stepping into a domain that they have no jurisdiction over. Again, I don't know because I'm not the lawyer, but just by the name, it's not BEC. It ain't CEC. It's SEC. Okay? But again, what do I know? Booming in Cleveland. Stipe MMA heavyweight champion. Shout out to Dan. The new MMA champion. I didn't see the fight, but I heard that he beat Cormier or whatnot. So shout out to my MMA maniacs. CryptoZilla says CZ and NEO ontology were close earlier on, but now Binance has their own chain. That's correct, yeah. And I think they're going to be using that to create these stable coins. Shout out to Dan, CryptoZilla, Bleed Hard, Queens Races, the boomers. They'll probably argue every coin was an ICO security. Hopefully not. Yeah, but they've already said that coins like Ether and Bitcoin are not security. So, you know, again, they don't even know what. It's the thing with bureaucracy. Get them out the box. Get them out the way. Again, that's why I don't even cover it, because I don't even know if that's their jurisdiction or not. I mean, I'll let that, you know, I'll let the court of law figure that out. Hopefully, you know, Reggie and his team can make it clear. They don't have to be right, but in the meantime, they get to seize everything of registry. Yeah, you know, that's what Big Daddy is. They can just make a claim on you and they can take things from you. And that's what's going on. That's why I think privacy coins are important. A lot of people out there, there's innocents that are being abused by the state. CryptoZilla agrees, but I agree, but I still think Neo would join the party one way or the other, says Queens. Yeah, I don't know. I thought so too at one point. But again, you know, Neo's the Chinese Ethereum. Neo's in bed with China, and China's commie. China's Black Mirror Part 5. I don't know, you know. And, you know, I'm not too fond of China's movements when it comes to politics and regulation. I'm not fond of that. But maybe you're right. You know, I do have a little baby nickel of Neo, but I don't want any more. Nano says, yeah, but they can't seize Reggie's Bitcoin, right? Exactly, Nano. And can they even seize any of the privacy coins that he may have? They don't even know which one he may or may not have. So there you go. You can make a point there, Nano. Shout out to the boomers. There's an altcoin famine going on. We've been talking about if we're going to see altcoin season again. Nano let us know that Max Kaiser said that you know, he thinks that we kind of topped off with the altcoins back in 2017 and they won't swing back around. Marlon seems to disagree. He thinks that we'll see an altcoin season where some coins will 1,000 to 25,000x, but only a few. And that's what's going on. The government has seized and sold BTC, says CryptoZilla. Yeah, they have, in the case that they can get your keys. On that note, I'll take a few more comments and questions before I go ahead and tune down the stream. Shout out to Hefe Crypto. I see you out there. Let me drop a bomb. Welcome back to the box. Max Kaiser suggests a new high price following this high hash rate. And you can see here, hash rate continues to increase. Hopefully the price follows that 9-year bull run on the hash rate. More computers are on it. They're plugged into the Bitcoin network, most decentralized network out there, from my understanding. CryptoZilla says that if they can access his keys, they will seize it. Yeah. The keys are it. If they get the combo, they will seize it. Yeah, absolutely. The question is do they have the combos, or do they even know which accounts are his or not? You know. Again, I'm not covering it because I don't know much about that. Before I wrap it up, I've asked this several times during the stream, is there any altcoin that we're sleeping on here? I'm certainly, still very much a believer in Monero. Privacy coin for sure, because of all these, regulations and potential abuse by the state that we have seen. That's something to consider. But do I think that the price of Monero is going to do better than Bitcoin? Not right now, no. Another coin that I think is going to stick around, and I probably won't completely dump, is Ether. I think there's some sort of a future for Ether. And believe it or not, as much as I been hating on Litecoin, I think there is a future for Litecoin. It's just that I don't see Ether nor Litecoin gaining more weight than Bitcoin from here till May, when we are going to experience this happening. So, You know, right now, from here to May, it's more bits, more bits, more bits, and more kabooms. If you ask a boomer as myself. Bleedheart says you're sleeping on Verge. I've talked about Verge, Bleedheart. I know it's another privacy coin. And that one, I believe, is associated, somehow uses the Tor network. I've heard it's compromised as well. I kind of turned the other way with Verge when they announced their partnership with Pornhub. I don't see how coins could be partnering with other people. If it's truly decentralized, I don't know. You know, and then, you know, everybody said, oh, Verge with Pornhub, and then Pornhub ended up partnering with a bunch of other coins, did them dirty. You know, I don't know why Verge thought that a porn site would stay monogamous. Local corner store now accepts Bitcoin, Ether, Ripple, and Bitcoin Cash. That's major, says Susha. Stay away from alts until backed launches, unless you have a long game plan. Yeah, I think that's not a bad opinion, Susha. I think that, you know, unless you have a game plan on why you're holding the specific altcoin, you're better off just holding Bitcoin. I think we've already came to that conclusion. Absolutely. Nobody heard of Verge before. McPumpafeet shilled it. By the way, Verge paid him to shill it. There you go. I didn't know that, but it seems like, you know, I really heard of Verge with their Pornhub supposed partnership, but, you know, ever since then, I don't use Verge. You know, I don't know who's using Verge. And, you know, when it comes to people that are you know, the dark net markets or whatnot, are they using Verge or are they using Monero? I don't know, because I'm not on the dark net markets, but my understanding is that they use Monero. On that note, guys, I'm encouraging you to download the Brave browser. It's an internet browser that's similar, almost identical to the Chrome browser. It blocks ads, and if you turn on a feature, it allows you to earn BAT tokens for clicking on ads that you agree with, or that, you know, that you decide to click on, excuse me. And you can earn a few BAT tokens. You can also tip your favorite content creators that are verified through the Brave browser. You can tip them right there. I'm verified. You can send me some BATs out there. So go ahead and start earning BATs. You know, do something that's crypto friendly. This is something that costs you nothing. You don't even have to put your email address. Just download, install this browser. You can even move your bookmarks and your settings from Chrome into this, is my understanding. And why not? You can see here I'm on CoinMarketCap. It's looking clean. There is no ads, and that saves you some time, and it allows you to tip, which is a good thing. So, you know, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Also, check out the article I have there with Max Kaiser. It says new Bitcoin network hash rate high, suggests high prices next. I tend to agree. And also check out all the videos and the links I have to exchanges. Keep booming out there, boomers. I'll be back tomorrow with a good crypto word. Stay strong out there. Make sure you put some weight on the bar. I already came back from the gym. If you haven't gone, go right now. I don't need fat boys or skinny minis here in the population of the chat box. Stay strong out there, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here. Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest. Where's my bomb? Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.